Okay, today we're going to discuss the last video for name resolution in Azure VNet. Today we're going to discuss about the newest feature. So it's called private Azure Private DNS Resolver. So this Azure Private DNS Resolver is Azure provided Microsoft Azure provided the service is we can use for the things we can't do in using normal Azure Private DNS, right? That is the conditional forwarding, like forwarding from on-premises network to Azure or Azure to back to on-premises network. So this Azure Private DNS resolve is provided by Microsoft Azure, and it is managing and resolve a DNS name within a virtual network privately, and it will help you to resolve names without needing of public DNS server. So this is actually useful when you keep your DNS queries in within your Azure and on-premises environment, and ensuring a better security and compliance with internal policies as well, right? Um, it will help to private DNS resolution as well as hybrid DNS resolution. That means on-premise plus Azure virtual network. And the major thing is you can use DNS forwarding rules. So rules, we couldn't do any rules in the normal private DNS zone, right? And this also integrate with Azure services, other services like virtual machines, Kubernetes services, app services, and a lot of other things, right? And so um, I would love to do a demonstration on this one, but unfortunately, my sandbox does give me an error. It's not allowing me to create a private DNS resolver. I can see that, but it does says you don't have a permission. I tried to create a in my sandbox. I created a VNet and then created inbound and outbound endpoint. I will explain them, but then when I'm going to create a DNS resolver with the rule set, it just giving me a permission error, so I can't go onwards. So unfortunately, I can't give you guys demonstration with the Azure portal, but because of I'm going to do this video with the diagram. Otherwise, um, to me, it's like I haven't completed the DNS resolution part. This is very important part in Azure DNS resolution. So actually, this service will prevent us using uh, infrastructure as the solution, like putting VM virtual machine with the DNS server, uh, and that is the most important thing, because without using custom DNS, we can use these stories, right? Mm. Actually, in this setup, right, private DNS resolver, right? Mhm. in the picture, I created the VNet head office VNet, and then you got a VM branch VNet, and then you got on-premises network as well. Um, so it might have a, let's say you got a DNS server like on-premises DNS. I just like example, I put 192.168.1.10. So this is on-premises DNS, maybe a Active Directory domain server, maybe, and then in a VNet head office, we just need to create a private DNS resolver, right? So to create a DNS resolver, you have to create two creating in creating a DNS resolver. The first thing is you have to create an inbound endpoint. Inbound endpoint is used to receive DNS queries from resources outside the VNet, right? Where the private DNS resolver is deployed, right? It usually acts as the gateway for DNS queries coming into VNet. Uh, it just like allows external resources to send queries to private DNS resolve. Right? How it works is that the inbound endpoint is associated with the private address within the VNet. Mm. External resources can send queries to that IP address. So resolve or process the query based on its rules. So you got a rule set as well, and then it can forward it to appropriate DNS server. So inbound endpoint usually getting queries, and outbound endpoint usually forwarded to queries. Right. Let's say if something we got in a rules that we think we got two rules. One is internal cloud dot abc. That is, let's think about this is on-premise DNS. You can load out anything in internal, right? Like a domain in internal. So if anything comes for internal cloud lab ABC, so Azure private DNS resolver forwarded that one into a on-premises DNS for the name resolution. But if anything coming from inside the Azure virtual network like Azure Cloud Labs ABC, it will direct it to Azure DNS. Mhm. So in the VM, in the branch, we uh, selected its DNS server as DNS resolution 10.0.1.4. That is inbound endpoint in a VNet header. And the same thing like it's our own premises network. We got a VPN gateway or something like that. It's connected to a VNet head office. If it asks anything in to a private DNS resolver, so it need to go to one of the server in head of its network. It will ask from a inbound endpoint where is that server. So it will direct whatever the DNS proper DNS to resolve the query from on-premises network, right? So so in this example, VNet head office contains Azure private resolver, right? Uh, VNet branch contain resources that need to resolve DNS names, right? And in VNet A and also need to forward queries to um, on-premises DNS server, right? Um, that is usually with the rule sets, you can create the rule, right? So for the domain internal.cloudlabs.abc, right? that will forward queries to on-premises DNS server, right, via the outbound endpoint, right? Then if anything comes for Azure.cloudlabs.abc resolving queries, it will use Azure DNS private zone to the result, right? There should be a steering link need to have between VNet head office and VNet branch, right? And when you configuring DNS setting in VNet B, right? Uh, we need to configure DNS setting to use inbound endpoint IP address of private DNS resolver in VNet head office as the DNS server, right? Actually, this is how it does work. Uh, so sorry to explain this way because my sandbox doesn't support to create um, this setup. Actually, it does need a resource provider enabling network resource, but it doesn't allow. I believe we discussed everything like Azure default DNS, system DNS, Azure private DNS source, and then Azure public DNS. Today we discussed about Azure private DNS resolver. So all these methods, combination of this method allow you to manage DNS in Azure private network as well as your own premises network. Hopefully, you guys get an idea how the name resolution works in Azure. I think this is for today's video. Um, we'll see you guys in my next video with a new topic. Uh, until then, thank you very much.